Let's go. It's the Whitey Show. Whitey.
Hey everybody, it's Slasher JPC here, and we are about to talk about, and when I say we, I mean me and
Whitey.
Yes, Whitey the Reviewer and me are going to be doing a collaboration review for Natural Doctrine, a game that's going to be out on PS3, PS4, and Vita. But even just because it's on all three of those doesn't mean you should actually pick it up. I don't know about that one, but let's go ahead and talk about what the overall game is. It's a strategy RPG. You get a top-down view, or you can get a third-person view, kind of like Valkyrie Chronicles. And you're going to take turns with these characters and basically do the strategy, turn-based role-playing mechanics of normal. But we're going to go ahead and dive a little deeper into that because, honestly, the story-wise, you got a guy named Jeff, you got some other people, and there's some turmoil, and yeah, I don't really know too much because I didn't get very far, but we're going to talk about that. So take it away with the gameplay.
Alright, so real fast to just cover up the story, you fight goblins, and then other creatures eat the goblins, and then you gotta kill the other creatures and the goblins, and once in a while some soldiers who for some reason want to kill you.
See, I blocked that out. I blocked that out because I just... okay, anyway.
Yeah, it's not important. So, the gameplay. It's interesting. The good part of the whole game is that, one, I liked the voice acting and characters because they were simply kind of stupid, very Disagia kind of like, but not as funny, but still.
And they'd argue.
Yeah, they would argue. It was kind of like watching an anime kind of funny thing going on. And it was interesting to, want to see people die because people do die, main characters, and I think that's really cool. Now, talking about also another good thing, I really like the idea of kind of having this top-down, kind of like a regular strategy game, but like you said, you can go into third person and move around like Valkyrie Chronicles, which there's not a lot of games that do that, unfortunately. And Valkyrie Chronicles is absolutely one of my favorite strategy RPGs from last generation. So I was like, oh, this looks really cool, and emphasize on the word looks.
Yeah. Now I do want to say too, I think it's interesting because the story's presented via cutscenes, like normal in-game graphic cutscenes. But also the interesting thing was that sometimes when you start a level, they'll just be talking while you're moving your characters to the battle, or when you go to the world map, they talk and they give you and convey story emotions through that. So that was kind of cool because it's like there's constantly little bits of story here and there dripping. Like we said, it's not super duper important, at least as far as we know, but it got you involved with the characters, which I think was a good thing as well.
I agree, and I also did like the fact that each skill tree seemed to be pretty different for the classes.
Yeah.
Nobody seemed to be like a clone, which is very popular in strategy RPGs. Everybody had their own feel, the warriors, the mages, the archers, or which they call something different, and, the big tank guys. So that part of the game, I think, was, mostly the good, good portion, and that's it.
Yeah,
really.
that's it, really. I mean, when we go to the bad, I wouldn't say that there's tons of bads per se, but the bads that are there are bad.
I would say there's two bad things, and then there's like two major ugly, like absolutely you do not do in gaming anymore.
Yeah.
Well, my bad. I'll say my bad real fast. Is that the levels are too long. It's too long to do one battle. They're like 20 to 40 minutes. And that's just not acceptable when you have quick strategy RPGs that are like 5-minute battles, 10-minute battles, and you move on because they're quick. And when you want to do something, there's no saving in the fucking battle. So you better be home all day to do this. And it's a terrible idea for a Vita game to have this because the Vita lasts about 2 hours before dying. So it's just, I don't like the long battles. That's my one bad. And my other bad is the fact that the armor seems to be really rare, and it really doesn't seem to do anything. So the customization part, which should be important, is absolutely useless.
Yeah, I'd actually agree with that. Levels are long, and when you don't have a way to stop the game. I will say there's checkpoints, and those are pretty good. Like, usually you'll get through a battle or a cutscene, and usually, I say usually, because I've experienced otherwise, but usually, like, after a cutscene in the battle, or after something is triggered in the battle, or after battles take place, if you were to die, you will restart your checkpoint from right there, and so that's nice, but it doesn't help if you get, 3/4 of the way and you gotta leave, and you come back, and you gotta start all over, which happened to me. So, definitely, those are bad things to mention, and I just agree completely on that. It's too long, and there's no way to quick save or just pause, and it's just a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think that brings us really to our uglies, is that the game has major design problems. And what we mean by that is that you can say a game is hard, but still love it.
Yeah,
Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
Even some Devil May Cry 3 people consider hard.
Devil May Cry, Bayonetta on hard mode. There's just games out there that are designed to be challenging, and that will kick your ass. And that's a good thing for the most part. There's some cheap games like Ninja Gaiden 2, but then there's amazing games like Ninja Gaiden 1, which is the perfect balance of hardness and reward. And this, there's no fucking reward.
Yeah, where's the reward?
It's just hard. There's really no reason to be this hard. And the problem is, I feel the developers are thinking, if you don't play this game our way in a certain pattern, if you try to go a different way or make a new formation or try something that's not how the game is supposed to go, you die.
Yeah,
that's how they think.
It feels very trial and error. Like, you really literally have no room for error. If you don't go after these certain enemies or you don't go a certain way, they're going to cream you. Or say you open a door and next thing you know there's like 15 dudes in there and you're like, whoa, and that's not even where you're supposed to go. That could just be a side area. And then you get destroyed. But the thing is, you didn't even know that's a side area because the game doesn't exactly tell you what you're doing or where you're going. It's just go through the dungeon or go through this map. So you just don't know exactly if you. I mean, I got stuck on an ogre, and then I realized I wasn't even supposed to go and fight that thing. I was probably not supposed to come back till later and do it. So it was like I was wasting like
tutorial stuff.
Yeah, I was just But the biggest issue for me, and I think you're going to agree here, is you have a party of 4 or 5 people. If one person dies, game over.
I mean, this is a design in a video game that should never be in RPGs. Ever. Because with things like Phoenix Down, or Revive, or Life Bottle, or a million fucking things in every RPG to bring party members back, you'd think that this game, being as hard as it is...
You get it.
Yeah.
You don't.
I don't get it. So there's just so many problems, and I gotta add another problem that I can't get over is there's this link system, which is a great idea, right? You go next to one of your party members, you team up on an attack, and boom, boom, you kill the motherfuckers. Really cool, right? Awesome. Now when the goblins or the fucking creatures that look like the thing from Aliens or the warriors come, they can do it, but there's like 20 of them. So they all attack the same guy, you're dead. No matter what, you're dead, because you're getting hit with 25 damage, 10 damage, and you only have 150
And then what happens?
So you're dead.
Game over.
Then it's game over. There's no fucking revive. There's not even like Fire Emblem, where the guy goes down and you're like, oh, you lose him for the game, but at least you can still play. There's not even that.
Yeah, and I'd even give him the benefit of the doubt if it was, if your main character dies, then the game's over. But if all the other people die, you can resurrect them. Because I've played games like that, and it's manageable. This shit's not manageable. When you see a cutscene and the game tells you to run away, and you move a character, and then the instant you move them, they get one-shotted. There's no strategy in that. That's just dumbfound. Just bad design.
We gotta tell them this. We played on easy.
Yes, it's on easy.
This is even hard. This is not normal. This is easy shit where you get one-shotted by a random enemy by opening a door. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, I'll give it this. If you like strategy RPGs and you are the most badass hardcore and you wanna play something that's gonna just make you pull your hair out and maybe age by 5 years, then by means you should play this game. But it's just, to me, it's a shame because I like how it looks, even though it's not the best looking game. I like the characters. I like the style it's going for and the kind of RPG. But I cannot force myself to play something that legitimately feels broken in its difficulty balance. I can't.
Yeah. So I guess that really wraps it up. There's not much to the game, really. It's a strategy RPG, and it knew what it wanted to do. But I just feel like the developers, which is a shame, coming from certain guys who made beautiful Final Fantasy Tactics, which I played on like every system that it was ever created on, to come and create this. That's the sad part. It's like Destiny all over again, but 10 times worse. And it's just, I don't think I was expecting anything, but I wasn't certainly expecting to get pissed off at a video game in a very long time.
I haven't rage quit in forever. You know me.
Yeah.
And I turned it off. I was like, time to play another review game. And I hate saying that. I think if this team ever wants to do another game that's similar to this, please. Just tweak the balance, or if you make an easy mode, make it easy for us.
Yeah.
Because this is not easy.
I would love to finish the story, but I'm not. I'm just not going to finish it because it's way too fucking hard.
So that's really it, guys.
I'm just going to... I know you don't give it a score, but I'm going to give this a fucking 4 out of 10 because, like I said, I like the story, I like the idea of it, and I even like the design of the characters. They're really kind of cool, actually. But everything else about this game is bad.
Yeah, and I'm sadly, I don't do review scores, but I will say I'd recommend people pass it up until it's cheaper. I mean, I hate saying that. I'm a very optimistic gamer, but this stuff made me pessimistic.
There's too many other good games coming out. Too.
Yeah, it's just too much. But I wish them the best in any future games they make. So thank you guys for listening. We loved having you, and you can definitely check us out both on our channels, opposite channels. We got Ultimate Chance, aka Whitey, or Slasher JPC mine. But if you're seeing this on mine or seeing it on his, I'm sure you know who's who. But watch it. Learn.
Watch all our reviews.
I know.
I think we have so many reviews coming out this fall. So.
Gameplay and reviews and all that.
I mean, I just put up Wolfenstein, so I know that's like 10 months late. But
that's okay.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get those. I got Tales of Exilia. That's 2 months late. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
We're gonna get those reviews out. So watch us both.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We're out of here.